Hello everyone, I have in my hand a modded version of the Keychron Q1 Pro. And the question that we're looking at today is, should you mod your Q1 Pro? Let's get into the video. Alright everyone, so let's take a look at what the Keychron Q1 Pro sounds like without any modifications. Alright, so what are we going to do to make this keyboard potentially sound a little bit better? My thoughts are, since this is a little hollow sounding, filling it up will be one of the better options for us. Part of that is because also, as you guys probably saw in my video on this just as stock, there tends to be some pretty, what I would consider cheap foam in it, which isn't a big deal. It's a budget board. That's what you expect, but compared to some of the other foams that I've seen in keyboards that I think just sound better, that's definitely something that is lacking. So what we're gonna do is try to get rid of the pinginess, try to get rid of the hollowness, and I think that just comes down to attempting to force break this and seeing if that makes a difference. And then if you haven't on something like this, taking a look at the stabilizers, make sure that those are lubed properly as well. But so let's just open this up real quick here, get all the screws out, undo all of our pins. There we go. And again, you can see here's this kind of thin foam that I was talking about. I mean, there's nothing to that. So I have an idea for something we're going to place in there and hopefully change the sound a little bit. And then really the easy part for us is, well, you can actually see they got some kind of gaskets already around the screw holes on this. I'm actually going to use, where's the screen? There it is. Some of these that came with a different keyboard. You know, Blues Painter's tape will work as well if you want to do a force break, but you know, for us, since somebody's at least attempted to make this somewhat easy on me, I'm just going to use a couple of these. So let's see, I think this is the best we're gonna do on all these. So we got those in. All right, so we got our little kind of tape in for force break, and then we're gonna take a look at this bottom piece. And what I did is I used this as a template to create this, which is just some automotive dampening foam. You've probably seen number of videos on using this stuff. You can see even I didn't do a great job, but it doesn't matter, it's going inside, right? So just make sure that you cut out the correct way, so that you're not making too many of these, and you can see how that fills it up. I'm going to attempt to leave the foam in there as well, but it does look potentially a little high with it. It's not that thick, so it won't make too much of a difference without it, but yeah, it does look to be maybe better just to try without it first. And that's all we're going to do the inside of this. So all I have to do at this point now is actually reconnect our one pin here. Make sure that that's set in all the way. Then we're going to, I'll say, attempt to close her up because there's a lot more stuff in here right now. And we can definitely see that there's way less room in this keyboard right now, but that's okay. Let's just double check everything's lined up, make sure everything fits into place. There we go. And don't worry, it's always the first one that is the most difficult to get in there, but I have found if you just hold aside, right, once your screws thread, and then don't do one full side, right? Like hop to the opposite corner so that everything's held together. It's always a good idea, really, when you're tightening anything, right? That you're kind of not just going in a straight line, so that you're getting even tension across everything that you got going on there. We can see this one's being a little difficult, but I'm confident we're gonna get it eventually. So that was me. It was not the keyboard, I promise. But now, since we're kind of got two ends down, I'm gonna start taking a look at the other ends just to close this gap up a little quicker. Holy cow, that sound. I mean, that's a world of difference. That's amazing. Alright, so after the sound test of the mods, I actually was not super happy with the sound of this. So my last effort was actually, let me change the keycaps and see if that changes my opinion on whether or not you should be doing some mods to the Q1 Pro. So here we have it. I have this set of Winter Tundra. There we go, from Canning Keys, which I definitely encourage everybody, if you want, not sponsored, but check out their spring sale if you're interested. I think they got till Monday or so, like $29 random keycap sets. They're all PBT, so pretty cool. So I got this as part of their BOGO sale. But yeah, so looks pretty good. Good keycaps. Again, different profile. Obviously, we don't have the KSA anymore. But now, I actually am happy with the outcome of this keyboard, and it definitely sounds way different than it did when we started. So now it's super thocky, but not in that annoying range, frankly, that I think it was with the KSA keycaps. So overall, I think it's it turned out okay, is where I'd land on this. So the big question is it worthwhile to mod your Q1 Pro? And I think it really depends on who you are. If you're looking to buy this keyboard as a pre-built because you want a keyboard that comes out of the box, sounds pretty good, feels good, and there's really no work for you to do, then no, it's obviously not something that you should be looking to do. I would buy this keyboard because you like the sound of it out of the box and you're just looking to plug and play. If, however, maybe you're a bare bones buyer and you just want to buy the base of this, I think it's definitely worthwhile to look into, depending on the sound that you're looking for. If you want something clackier, modding this probably isn't going to get you any more clack than it gets stock. However, if you want that deeper, thockier sound, it's worthwhile to do this. But I would definitely pay attention to the switches you're picking out and the keycaps you're picking out. So it's all up to you on what you prefer. Take a listen to those sound clips, see which one you like, and ultimately that should help guide you on what your feelings are going to be as far as whether you should or shouldn't mod the Keychron Q1 Pro. Appreciate everyone hanging out through this video. Like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.